you really want to become financially free? Well, I hope the answer is yes. And the next question for you is why? Why would you like to become financially free? If you don't have the why, or if you don't have a big enough why, then we have a problem. You have a problem, not me, but you have a problem. So you need to find out why. So what I'm going to ask you right now is to take a moment and write down why do you want to become financially free. And it's really important that you write it down. This reason, this sentence or couple of sentences that you're going to put on the paper will be the motor or the ignition for everything, for the whole process of financial freedom to start for you. So what I'm going to ask you to do now for the first time, but we're going to do it a lot throughout this video, is I'm going to ask you in a moment to just pause the video. Just pause the video, take a piece of paper and a pen and write for yourself, why do I want to become financially free? And take a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it takes you. And when you're feeling that, all right, I'm complete, then just press the play again and we're going to continue. All right, welcome back. So now you know why you want to become financially free, which is really, really crucial. And just now you should congratulate yourself, because this is a first step that most people never do. Most people never decide that they want to become financially free, and they never define for themselves, why do I want to do that? But if you're not there yet, if you're not financially free yet, then you have a problem, okay? Because I'm sure that it's not the first time that you thought about it, at least had some big goals about money, and still if you're not there, then what is really the problem? And for most people, they have all kinds of stories about what the problem is, with upbringing. My parents didn't treat me well, or didn't teach me that, or I didn't get the right education, I didn't get the right tools, I'm too old, I'm too young. The economy. Now, today, in the last few years, the economy is a big thing, right? So it's because of the economy that I am not there yet. But it's not true. The real problem is never the economy, your upbringing, your parents, your education, nothing. The real problem when it comes to money is low financial IQ. You see, a person, when it comes to academic intelligence, can be a genius, but it can be a total moron when it comes to money and finances, because financial IQ has nothing to do with the normal IQ. And I want to cover very quickly 5 different types of financial IQs, the way that Robert Kyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad is describing them. I don't agree with everything that Robert Kyosaki is saying, although I think that he's very motivating, and at least he was very motivating for me in order to start the search for financial freedom. I don't agree with many of his strategies or even if his way of thinking, but absolutely this inspiring and motivating way of going for financial freedom, I absolutely agree with. And I like the way that he divides the 5 different financial IQs. So I'm going to share it with you very, very quickly, kind of just to give you an idea of what it means and also what the prices that you're paying if you're not increasing your financial IQ. So the first financial IQ is about making money. Financial IQ number 1 is making money or making more money. So most of us have enough financial intelligence to make money. Okay, or to earn money. We're not making money, but to earn money, right? We all have enough of that. But the more money you make, the higher your financial IQ. So if we take, for example, we take 2 people. One is making 1 million euros a year, or $1 million, doesn't matter. 1 million a year, and the other one is making 100,000 a year. Then the person with the 1 million has a higher financial IQ than the person that is making 100,000. It's pretty simple, pretty obvious. We need to remember that. Which means that if your financial IQ is low, you will make less money than somebody that their financial IQ is higher than you. That's as simple as that. Financial IQ number 2. Financial IQ number 2 is about protecting your money, about keeping the money that you already made. So there's a lot of different prices and opportunities here, but just the most obvious one is, let's say that 2 people are making 100,000 a year. Both of them make the same amount, but one is paying 20% legally, ethically, everything, in taxes, and the other one is paying 35% in taxes. Then the person that pays less, the 20%, has higher financial IQ than the person that pays more. And that's important because that's the amount of money that actually stays in your pocket, or that defines the amount of money that stays in your pocket. You can earn a lot, but if you're paying a fortune in taxes and other places, then you're not protecting your money in the right way. The next financial IQ number 3, is about budgeting your money. And budgeting your money requires actually a lot of financial intelligence, maybe more than the other ones. That means that a person that earns 120,000 a year but spends 120,000 a year has lower financial IQ than somebody that makes only 70,000 a year but is spending 55,000, and then it stays at the end of the year with 15,000 to save and invest. So financial budgeting your money is all about living within your budget so you can at the end of the year left with enough money in order to save and invest. So that's the third one. The fourth financial IQ is about leveraging your money. So now you created for yourself some extra at the end of the year because you budget it right? Okay, but now won't. I mean, let's say that at the end of the year you were left with 10 or 15,000 that you can now invest. Most people, if they save or invest, what they will do is they either save it in the bank, in a saving account, or they're investing in something like mutual funds. Okay, and those type of investments, if you want, requires very low financial IQ, but also the return is very, very little. Okay, so the financial IQ number 4, the leveraging your money, is all about return on investment. Is you have some extra, invest it, how much the return that you get on that. And here again, for example, a person that has a return on his investment of 40% has much higher financial IQ than a person who has 8% return on their investment. I hope that makes sense because this is important. It's a lot more advanced, but they're going from one after another. And the fifth financial IQ is improve your financial knowledge or financial information. I think it's very clear, and I hope it's very clear so you don't jump and make some mistakes. But when you want to invest your money in order to grow it, in order to leverage it, you need to have very good information, very good knowledge of what you're doing, and that takes time. So this is a process, and that's the process that we actually start today with you. But those are the 5 financial IQs that you need to consider and to understand the prices if your financial IQ there is low. At the end, listen. At the end, you're not making money because of real estate or stocks or mutual funds or even starting a business. Money, this kind of money will not make you rich. What will make you rich is your financial intelligence when you're dealing with. Okay, so it's like, as an example, buying a new tennis racket is not going to improve your game, but paying for lessons how to learn to play tennis on a higher level will. And that's what I hope we can try to achieve in this masterclass right now. And in the Financial Freedom, the 3-day course, is to actually teaching you how to play the game in a much better level. Are you ready? We're going to start. So people with different financial IQs have different paths to wealth, if you want, or to money. And the way I see it, I'm going to draw it right now on the board, but the way I see it is that, let's say that we have a mountain. Okay, so if we have a mountain, and I hope that you can see that clearly. We have a mountain, and on the top of the mountain there is this goal, okay? There is this goal of becoming financially free, okay, or becoming wealthy. So with this, to get to that goal, there are a few different paths that people can take. So there's the path of the poor people that are usually walking and trying to walk up the mountain, but usually what happens is that they're staying on the bottom, so they never reach anywhere. What I call it usually is they are staying in the parking lot. Then there are those people that are middle class, and middle class will take a path to become financially free at one point and maybe even wealthy, but because they take the long and slow path, because the wrong education, information, intelligence they have, it will take them forever. And forever it's not really true. It's usually you can become financially free or at least wealthy within 40 years if you start at a very early age, like 20 or 25. So you can get there when you're about 60 or 65. This is not my way. My way, and what I want to teach, is the way of the rich people, which is a little bit different, and I don't want to go into that right now. It's basically taking the cable car all the way here. It takes time to build a cable car, but then the path is pretty fast. For us, it took us about 15 months. I know from our students, we have students that did it faster than us. We have students that did it slower than us, but you can become financially free within a couple of years. That's not a problem if you know how to take the right path. So those are the three paths that people can take. Just for you to have a little bit of statistics, 80% of the people, of the population is poor people. Okay, poor people, I mean poor mentality. That doesn't mean that they live in a slum, but they have the poor mentality. They will never get to financial freedom. 80% of the rest, of the 20% of the rest, so that's 16%, 16% of the rest are the middle class, real middle class. People that can get there at the end, but they usually, if they will get there, they will get there when they are retiring around 60, 65, 70 or 80 years old. And only the rest, which is about 4%, are those people with the rich mentality. Those are the people that can reach and can achieve financial freedom within a few years, and then wealth is much more available for them. And those are the three paths. And in the financial freedom, in the 3-day course, I will teach you everything about this path, everything. What's the mindset of each one of them and how you can improve that. What are the financial goals for each one of the different parts in the population. What are the strategies? What is their financial plan? And of course, what are their results?